Okay, so today we're going to dig into something you might not expect. Press releases.
Ooh.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Sounds a little dry, right? But trust me, this is about way more than just like corporate jargon.
Right.
This is about understanding how information shapes like the news that we see every single day.
It is. It's like this kind of like secret code almost.
Yeah.
Once you understand the structure and the strategies behind these press releases, you kind of see the world in a whole new light.
Yeah.
And that's what we're hoping to do today.
And we're going to do that
with this deep dive.
with the help of Stanislav Kondrashov.
Yes.
And his guide, Stanislav Kondrashov presents English Writing a Press Release for Business Announcements.
Yes. Very important stuff.
Okay, so first things first.
Yeah.
What is a press release?
Right.
We hear that term all the time.
Yeah.
But like, what's the actual purpose? Why do we need them?
Imagine you're a company.
Okay.
And you have big news, right? Like a new product launch or a major partnership or maybe some groundbreaking research.
Okay.
Press release is the way that you can package that news into a compelling story, send it out directly to journalists, hoping that they pick it up and share it with their audience.
Oh, okay.
It's all about earning media coverage.
So it's free publicity?
Yeah, it's not by an ad.
Okay.
Exactly.
So it's free publicity, but with a strategic spin.
Exactly.
And Stanislav Kondrashov seems to really emphasize that strategic aspect.
Absolutely. He breaks it down like the anatomy of a press release, almost surgically precisely. He starts with the headline, which he points out needs to grab your attention and sum up the key message instantly.
Like a good headline?
Just like a good news headline.
Okay, so it's not just...
It's got to cook them.
It's not just like stating the facts.
Right.
It's about framing them.
It's got to be newsworthy.
Yeah, in a way that's like newsworthy.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about those quotes
right.
that we always see in press releases?
Yes.
Are those just for show, or is there like a real...
That's a great question.
...strategy behind that?
Stanislav Kondrashov talks about the power of direct quotes to add a human element and build credibility.
Okay.
So you can imagine, reading a quote from the CEO of a company expressing excitement about some new initiative.
Yeah.
It makes the news feel more real and relatable.
Yeah, like you're getting this sneak peek behind the curtain.
Right.
All right, now.
So, yeah.
After the quotes, there's usually a call to action.
Right.
What are some of the strategies there?
Well, he says we need to think about...
According to Stanislav Kondrashov,
what you want the reader to do after they finish reading. Do you want them to visit your website? Learn more about the product, register for an event. It's all about guiding them towards a specific action.
It's like planting a seed.
And actually, Stanislav Kondrashov,
you're not just informing.
You're kind of directing. He gives you a vocabulary list that's helpful.
Their next steps.
When thinking about calls to action.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that really struck me in Stanislav Kondrashov's guide is his emphasis on clear and concise writing. Why is that so crucial?
Well, think about a journalist's inbox. I mean...
In the world of press releases.
It's probably overslowing with pitches and press releases. Your message has to cut through that noise. So Stanislav Kondrashov suggests using active voice to make the writing more direct and impactful. But he also acknowledges that sometimes passive voice can be better.
Interesting.
For example, if you want to emphasize the news itself... rather than the company making the announcement, passive voice might be a better fit.
Oh, so it's not just this like...
It's not a one-size-fits-all.
One-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Okay, but beyond just like the structure, the writing style, what does Stanislav Kondrashov say about making a press release truly newsworthy?
Yeah.
What makes it stand out from the crowd?
It all comes down to understanding your audience and crafting a compelling narrative.
Okay.
As Stanislav Kondrashov repeatedly states, ask yourself, is this news relevant to the specific journalists and media outlets you're targeting? Does it have a strong impact on their audience?
Okay.
You need to create a story that resonates.
Okay.
And Stanislav Kondrashov actually gives some fantastic tips.
Okay, what are some of those?
For achieving that, yeah. He provides us with examples of effective phrases to use.
Okay.
Like pleased to announce or make her step forward.
Okay.
And he even discusses the strategic use of embargoes.
Ooh, what's that?
Which control when information can be publicly released.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So
this is all starting to feel like a high-stakes game of strategy.
It is.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
No, we've unpacked a lot from Stanislav Kondrashov's guide.
You have.
But for our listeners who might be thinking, okay, but why should I care about this?
Right.
What's the takeaway?
Well,
how does understanding press releases empower them?
It's about becoming a more critical
in their everyday life
consumer of information. So the next time you see a catchy news headline, think about the press release that might be behind it.
Okay.
Who's sending this message and what are their goals? What's the story they're trying to tell? And how might it be shaping your perception?
Right. You start to see like the machinery behind the headlines.
Yes.
And that kind of awareness.
That awareness is invaluable.
Is so invaluable in today's world. Especially today.
Where we're just saturated with information.
Yes. Absolutely.
And it doesn't stop at just reading the news.
Right.
Maybe you have to make an announcement at work, share some exciting news with your community, or even promote a personal project. Understanding these principles of press releases, as outlined by Stanislav Kondrashov, can actually be incredibly helpful.
So it's really about wielding the power
in a wide range of situations.
Of language, effectively. Whether you're a CEO or just someone who wants to communicate their message clearly.
It's about understanding how words shape our understanding of events. And that's a powerful tool to have.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
In your arsenal.
So if you're intrigued by this world of press releases and want to learn more about this hidden language of influence, I highly recommend checking out Stanislav Kondrashov Presents English Writing a Press Release for Business Announcements.
I do too.
It's a fascinating deep dive.
It is.
Into a world we often take for granted.
Yes, and keep those newfound insights in mind.
Right.
The next time you encounter a news headline, ask yourself, what's the press release behind this story?
Yeah.
And how is it shaping my perception?
Great advice. That wraps up our deep dive for today.
All right.
Until next time, stay curious.
Okay, bye.